A man called 911 reporting strange sounds. He heard what sounded like a baby crying coming from inside his wall. The fire department received the call and rushed to the scene right away. After an initial inspection, they found nothing unusual. Then the fire chief heard something odd. He grabbed a stethoscope and pressed it against the wall, while gently tapping to listen carefully. Sure enough, there really was a baby's cry coming from inside the wall. They suspected someone had flushed the infant down the toilet into the pipes. He quickly marked the location with a marker and prepared for the rescue. The firefighter standing nearby was completely baffled. How could anything survive in such a narrow drainage pipe? The experienced chief explained. A premature infant's bones are as soft and flexible as a sponge. Jack raised his sledgehammer ready to smash through the wall, but the chief quickly stopped him and told him to find other tools instead. Just then Officer Ellie arrived at the scene. She knocked on doors down the hallway asking residents questions. A man and woman caught her attention. When she followed them, she noticed drops of liquid on the ground near their doorway. She traced the trail to an unfinished room under construction. There was an opening in the floor. It was clear this was how they had placed the infant into the drainage pipe. The fire crew used a reciprocating saw to cut through the wall. A firefighter pried open the wall cavity. Inside was the drainage pipe. They carefully cut it open. The liquid inside began to splash out. The crew members didn't have time to worry about the mess. They quickly disconnected the section of pipe containing the baby. But getting the infant out was going to be extremely challenging. The chief had a sudden idea and instructed his team to apply lubricating oil inside the pipe. And slowly and carefully they extracted the infant piece by piece. But at that moment the baby had stopped breathing. Several men immediately began performing CPR on her, and they successfully revived her. The men were overjoyed. They quickly carried the baby girl to the ambulance. Over at the door, Officer Ellie approached the suspects with anger in her heart. She forced her way into their room and found a woman in labor lying on the bed. The young woman was losing blood rapidly and was on the verge of going into shock. Ellie immediately brought her to the ambulance. On the way to the hospital, the young woman looked at the baby in front of her and was filled with regret. She kept saying she was sorry. The fire chief gently held the baby's hand and the young woman's hand together. When the mother felt the warmth of her child, her heart was completely melted. The mother and baby were safely taken to the hospital.